The first time I realized Lisa saw me as something more than just her best friend's kid was the summer after high school graduation. She'd been a constant presence in our lives for as long as I could remember. The fun aunt who always remembered my birthday, who slipped me $20 bills when Mom wasn't looking, whose laughter could fill up our entire house. That June, something shifted. It started with lingering glances across the dinner table, her dark eyes holding mine a second too long. Then came the casual touches, her hand brushing against my arm when she passed me a plate, her fingers lingering on my shoulder when she leaned over to look at my phone. At first I thought I was imagining it. Lisa had known me since I was in diapers. She used to babysit me when my parents went out. But then came the night of my graduation party. The house was packed with family and friends, the humid summer air thick with the smell of grilled meat and beer. I was standing by the pool when Lisa appeared beside me, her sundress clinging to curves I'd been trying not to notice all night. "Can't believe my little buddy's all grown up," she said, her voice huskier than usual. The way she looked at me then, like she was seeing me for the first time, made my stomach flip. Before I could respond, my mom called her name from across the yard. Lisa gave me a slow smile before walking away, leaving me standing there with my pulse pounding in my ears. After that night I noticed it more. The way she'd find reasons to sit next to me on the couch. How she'd lean in close when we talked, her perfume. Something warm and vanilla, making my head spin. The knowing looks she'd give me when no one else was watching. I told myself I was reading too much into it. Then my parents went away for the weekend. Mom asked Lisa to check in on me, just to make sure I wasn't throwing some massive party. When the doorbell rang that Friday night, I expected a quick hello, maybe a lecture about responsibility. But Lisa stood on the porch in tight jeans and a silky top that dipped just low enough to show the curve of her breasts, a bottle of wine in one hand. "Thought you might want some company," she said with a smirk. I should have made an excuse. I didn't. We ended up on the couch, some old movie playing that neither of us paid attention to. The wine made my head fuzzy, but not as much as the way Lisa's bare foot brushed against my leg, the way her fingers traced the rim of her glass. "You know," she murmured, shifting closer, "I've always had a soft spot for you." My throat went dry. "Lisa, we shouldn't." She set her glass down with deliberate slowness. "Tell me to leave and I will." I didn't. Her lips were softer than I'd imagined, her hands warm as they cradled my face. Every rational thought fled my mind as she kissed me, her fingers tangling in my hair. It was wrong. I knew it was wrong. But when she pulled back, her breath shaky, her lips swollen, all I could think was that I wanted more. That night, Lisa crossed a line we could never uncross. And as much as I knew I should regret it, all I felt was the terrifying, exhilarating thrill of being wanted by someone who knew exactly what she was doing. The next few weeks were a blur of stolen moments. Quick kisses when my parents weren't looking, secret texts that made my heart race, the way her eyes darkened with promise whenever we were in the same room. It all came crashing down one rainy afternoon when my mom came home early and found Lisa's scarf in my room, the one she'd left there the night before. The look on my mother's face when she realized the truth shattered something between all of us. Lisa stopped coming over after that. The phone calls between her and my mom became shorter, then stopped altogether. I'd see her sometimes around town, and she'd give me this sad, secret smile that made my chest ache. Now, years later, I still think about that summer. About the way Lisa made me feel. Wanted, desired, alive in a way I'd never experienced before. It was wrong. It was reckless. And part of me will always wonder what might have happened if things had been different. If we'd met at another time, in another life. But some lines, once crossed, can never be uncrossed. And the price we paid was higher than either of us could have imagined.